गालों पे छाई है एक सूरत मतवाली सी नाजुक सी शर्मीली सी मासूम सी
All right, let's get right into this thing. Ms. Marvel is now over. It's done. Finito. It's over, Johnny. It's over. The episode finale.
This season of television has concluded.
Yes. Episode 6. No Normal? Is that the name of this thing? I think.
Yes. No Normal.
No Normal. That aired. I've had problems with this series, and I will, without glee, say I don't think any of them were fixed by the end here.
No.
I felt pretty disappointed in some ways. There's some things I am excited to, as they do what they do. They planted the seeds for the next thing, and that's fine. I kind of don't care about those seeds or the shit tree that they're going to grow, but like, I'm not fully out on Kamala and her friends and family as a whole. That stuff I still like a decent amount. And we get a decent amount of it here, I would say. An okay amount. So
We get some stuff.
Yeah. That stuff's good. But I'm just going to say it. I hate her stupid fucking powers. They're still bad. And I don't know. Why are they so afraid of just making her do the thing instead of having some weird glowy rock light over her do it? Like she's controlling a shitty mech version of herself.
Yeah, I hate it. And like the climax, effect climax, it was so boring. Like it doesn't look cool.
Yep.
I wasn't engaged.
Yep.
Like the showdown with Kamala, like just like fucking snore, Seville.
Totally. So Cameron and Bruno are on the run after the building explodes, the Q-Mart or whatever that they were in at the end of last episode. Kamala and her mother make it back, and they're kind of having a decent time together until she gets a call from her friend Nadia, is it? I can't remember. I think it's that he's that she can't get a hold of Bruno and his place exploded. Eventually we do get Bruno and Cameron meet up with them eventually, and we find out that Cameron has weird latent powers or abilities that were triggered when his mother killed herself to save or close the void or whatever, the tear.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the thing here, is that he's on the run and he's being aided by the friend group and eventually Kamala, until he goes crazy finding out about what happened to his mother and starts becoming the pseudo bad guy that goes nowhere, and then it ends essentially. That's the whole episode as an overview.
He's such a little bitch.
Yeah.
He's such a little whiny crybaby. Oh, I hate him so much.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him either. I don't know. I was kind of into him before until I don't remember if it was last episode or 2 episodes ago where he was just told, like, no, stay, while they left, and he just listened, and that was it. So I've been off the Kamran train for a little bit, and this definitely just, I don't care about that character. I didn't care about him, so his whole emotional, like, outburst and him maybe being the bad guy and then needing help from Kamala and stuff, I didn't care about any of it. I just don't care. So that's a big problem, because they wrote it where you should be caring about him. I think.
Yep.
And I don't.
Yeah, I don't at all. Like, not even a little.
Nope. Not at all.
So the big thing I did was, before I had only read through like issue 11 of the Miss Marvel comic, and now I only have like a couple left in the original writer G. Willow Wilson's run, which is like over 50 issues.
Okay.
It's like around 55. So I've read almost all of that. And in Kamran's only in the first volume, kind of, and he just gets revealed to be a dick and is just a dick. And it's so much better than what they try to do with him here. Just like, yeah, he's an asshole. Just let him be an asshole. And, you know, Ms. Marvel punches him. That's so much better than what they try to do here.
Sure. Yeah, I definitely could see that.
Also, he just has like weird, he's like Gambit powers, but also he turns like teal in the comics.
In this, they did the MCU thing of the character and the villain have the same power, and they face off in the third act.
Classic.
Again.
Classic MCU. They can't help themselves.
It's almost like a sickness or something. Like,
yeah, totally.
It's really bad, and I'm so sick of it. I'm so fucking sick. I will give the Eternals one thing. The bad guy in that is super powerful, and it requires all of the other like heroes in this story to even come close to like taking him out.
Sure.
I'm not going to spoil what happens, but like at least there's a reason why they're all there, and it's because they need to be. So that's great, at least. This is terrible. This is just blue, purple versus green, teal colors. Yeah, I don't care about Kamran. I didn't care about any of that stuff. I don't think Kamala's powers look good. I don't think she uses them in any cool way. I'm just so
her
out.
Little running in the sky. I'm so sick of. I fucking hate it every time.
So one thing I was going to ask you, she crosses a street or something. Does that street exist? Do you know that street? Was it like Grover or something?
I didn't. Nothing looked at recognizable at all.
Okay, that was
I'm sure there was a street in Atlanta somewhere.
So that was the one thing that I was just like excited to have this discussion about. Is like, does that street exist? I think that shows the quality of how I feel about this last episode.
I was like, I was not paying attention. I was not even thinking about it at all. So.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to think of things. There are a few positives in here. I really like the fact that her family is excited about the fact that she's a superhero and like not just berating her or like being weird about it, and they're kind of like asking her questions and stuff. I like that part. I thought that was just kind of wholesome or whatever, especially with the fact that like everybody knew before she was able to really give that secret out. I like that the brother kind of has this like weird conversation with Kamran in the school when they're under siege, just being like, do you even like the British Bake Off? And like just not at all who he thought he was, and saying something like, the only reason I'm helping you is because like my sister says you're cool, sort of thing. Just like that's fun. He's being a big brother here. That's fun. That stuff's cool, and he should be, because Kamran's a piece of garbage. Like, nobody's gonna care when he dies. At least I won't. They need to do something drastic to make me care about him in any way.
I would rather just never see that character again. I'm good.
Yeah. I don't know. Bruno doesn't really do anything in this either. I don't know.
No. Well, because the thing he's here to do is help Kamran, but I don't fucking give a shit about Kamran.
And even then, they just kind of like run. Everybody else helps more. Nadia, or whatever her name is, like helps distract the Department of Cleanup or Defense or whatever the fuck they're called.
Damage control
in the mosque, and they get those cool hats as disguises that say like halal on them, which I just
they go to hide the mosque, and then they're like, oh no, you can't hide the mosque, that would be crazy.
Yeah, it's like the most monitored place here.
Yeah. And then the fucking he says the thing of like, just because people treat you as an enemy doesn't give you the right to treat them as an enemy. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's the most non-American thing I've ever heard. It doesn't make any sense at all. But yeah, I get that they're trying to put in. I wonder if that's like actually Quran type stuff.
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it's like turn the other cheek kind of thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't agree with that shit. I think that shit's stupid, but
bad in like a situation where you're being chased by a fucking like evil government agency. It's just like fucking now is not the time.
Yeah.
God damn, this is a superhero show. You solve our problems by punching things. Come on.
Totally. Maybe this is me, actually. There is something I do like. I like that they used the social media aspect with Zoe of just being like spreading the word that this government like branch or whatever is harassing them. And that's what kind of like really gets them off the tail, where that dude's just like, I told you not to go and chase around a bunch of children. Like, you're fucking fired sort of thing, and hangs up. Like, I think that's pretty good. I don't know. That's in the line of like teenagers saving the day sort of thing, using the few powers that like an actual teen would have. So that's cool. But then it's followed up by like, I don't know, her being a mutant or something. I saw a few people.
when the X-Men theme played, my eyes rolled outside of my brain. Like,
yeah,
if you're just gonna make her a mutant, why the fuck did you waste all my time with the clandestine shit? Fuck off. If she's a mutant, then she can just be a mutant, and you don't have to fucking bother with origin shit. That's the whole point of being a mutant. You get to then jump forward to like stories that are fun. God.
Yep.
That made me so mad. Yep. Even though I'm like, that's the correct choice to just make her a mutant. That's fine. But the way they did it in the show, I'm so mad.
Yes. Because the thing is that if that was like, I don't know, if the stuff before that was good, it would have been kind of a cool little stinger. Like, oh, cool, maybe. But like the way it is, yeah, that's what you should have done. This show should have been her finding out she's a mutant and like learning how to do her powers. That's what your show should have been. Instead, you fucked it. You fucked around with our time. Just put us through a bunch of useless bullshit to kind of hand wave it away with a thing that I think you and I even called. Like, she's either going to be Kree or mute. I thought Kree. You said mutant, like on the first episode.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, and I've been seeing some discourse online on some people I follow on Twitter, and like, I don't know, they think this is an amazing reveal or something, and that sort of thing just makes me roll my eyes. Like, are you fucking serious? I hate being the outsider on this shit. It makes me feel crazy for not liking a thing when everybody else is eating it up.
No, I mean, it's
nuts.
I was so mad, like, but the thing that like it drove me toward was just reading a shit ton of the comic. Because the comic's delightful, and the comic has fun shit like giant weaponized frog or whatever, or a giant tyrannosaurus that's like eating weird golems of Kamala that have been like self-replicating. It's like fun. There's fun dumb shit in there that's like exactly what I want. Like, she has these great multi-issue story fighting the Shocker. It's fucking amazing.
That sounds great. Yep. I'm into this.
Like, I'm just like, this comic is very good. There are a couple issues I'm not so hot on. There's like a November 2016 Get Out the Vote issue that's like, oh man.
If only they knew.
And the other part I'm a little down is like tie-in issues to Civil War 2, which is hampered because Civil War 2 is stupid. It was just like a conflict that was like the core of it was very dumb.
I don't actually know anything about Civil War 2.
Yeah, it was between Captain Marvel and Iron Man, and it was about an Inhuman who had like precognition, and Captain Marvel like wanted to use that to like have pre-rhyme police. And like, no, that turned out to be a bad idea. Who could have seen that coming?
Like literally everybody. Tom Cruise was in a movie about this like 20 years ago.
It was just like, like Captain Marvel was just like incredibly stupid in the story. So it's just like fucking get over
I'm
this.
gonna throw this out here. Captain Marvel can eat my fucking balls. She's bad and has always been bad. And the thing that was kind of like entertaining about her movie was everything that wasn't her.
Her movie was pretty bad.
How about that? How about that, internet? Captain Marvel sucks and so do you. What do you think about that? No, so this is kind of the thing I want to get into. There is the mid-credit scene because, of course, there's always one. That's what Marvel does. And there's a weird moment where Kamala like gets thrown into her closet and disappears or something, we assume, because out comes Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, Brie Larson. And I don't give a fuck. I just don't fucking care at all. In fact, you made this thing worse because Kamala and her family was a thing keeping me interested. I don't care about this bitch at all. Sorry.
Like Kamala's going to be stuck out in space now. Great.
Yeah, so I don't know. That scared me a little bit about the Marvels because if it's just going to be Captain Marvel being a fish out of water again with a Pakistani family while the cool character in this thing is stuck in just like some limbo zone. Fuck this. That's not what I want at all.
Man.
So I hope that's not what we get. But yeah, again, another thing that I saw a few people just being excited about. If people are excited about stuff, I'm glad. I'm mad that I don't feel excited about it. That's where the anger comes from with this. Just like, I see you guys like having fun and being happy about this stuff, and I don't get it, and I'm fucking annoyed by it because I wanted to be part of it. I was looking forward to this. I'm on record on multiple things just being like, Ms. Marvel's coming. I think that's going to be fucking dope. And yeah, I feel super let down by this thing.
Yeah, it was good, like, character like stuff, family stuff, and as a superhero show is just very bad.
Yeah, I just don't.
Honestly, it makes me just go like the whole structure of the shows is wrong. They should just do like tokusatsu stuff and have like monster of the week. It would be so much better if you just like have a gimmicky monster every week. That would be so much better than fucking having fucking whip belt dude for fucking 4 episodes or whatever.
Or like a honest to God origin story. Tell the origin story like slowly and methodically or whatever until the point where they harness their powers or could do like, don't try to just do movie Marvel shit in a TV show and cram all this crap in that nobody cares about. Well, I shouldn't say nobody. I'm the only one that people like this shit. This has good reviews.
Yeah, but the show it's like a bloated movie.
It is
structure. So
yeah, it's
look. They just needed just give me a giant monster with a big eyeball, and maybe I'd be more impressed. You know?
Yeah.
Fucking Suicide Squad, giant eyeball monster, Multiverse of Madness, giant eyeball monster. I'm just saying, it makes things better.
You're not wrong. This has an average tomato meter of 98%. You got to be fucking high to think that this is almost a perfect thing.
Well, that's not how tomato meter works, but sure. That means 98% of people thought it was above average, basically, but yeah.
Yeah. This is definitely below average. In fact...
I don't know, it's kind of like... There's still kind of enough there that I still want to say it's like, for a Marvel TV show, it's like above average in certain ways.
I think I might like Falcon and Winter Soldier better than this as a whole property.
Sure.
I think. Even though this has better highs.
The thing is, this has better highs, but things that but also like just little things about little Kamala's powers, like the core thing that just incredibly annoys me.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I can't get over that though. Like that's my problem is that the power thing annoys me so much that it takes away from the experience for me.
Yeah, it's pretty big because, like, you know, these Marvel things, they're, you know, the biggest fucking thing in the world. They're the big budget thing. I want the spectacle to be good, and the spectacle in this was fucking terrible. It was not compelling to look at.
What if Spider-Man's power is that he summons spiders? Because it was better for this movie.
If you gave me spiders, man, though.
That's different. What if Spider's man power was swinging on a web?
If you called someone Spider's man, but it was just another Spider-Man, I would be annoyed. But I don't think I would be this annoyed.
Sure.
There's something about this particular brand of CGI triangles that I just find like extremely ugly and got like increasingly sick of looking at.
I agree. That's true. Yep. I didn't like looking at it either. That's true. And they had an embiggen part in this, and it was bad, and that makes me feel bad. Because it's like the one thing I literally thought they could save this if, like, they ditch this fucking shitty light garbage and she just grows huge and sticks her arm out and, like, catches something. And, like, they did all of that, except she didn't go huge. They had the light shit, and it fucking sucked. And it made me reconsider why I like anything with the MCU logo on it. I'm so mad. Like, you don't understand how mad I am about this, because I'm not the dude who read the whole run of Miss Marvel.
No, I was like, I'd have to fucking cut this. Like, I can't be, like, I know the MCU sucks. I need to like, cut myself off and, like, feed myself with, heal myself with actual comic books that I love. That I really enjoy, that I get a lot out of, because I didn't get a lot out of the action stuff here. Like, the extent to which this is just fucking worse than, like, normal Japanese tokusatsu, like, fucking Kamen Rider shit. Like, it's just fucking worse at being an action show. Like, I would so much rather just have a dude in a rubber suit show up every week. And like and then, like, you know, you get some character interaction on top of that, and we're good. Maybe an ongoing developing plot, maybe not. That's, you know, I can take it or leave it. I would prefer it, but, you know, take what you can get.
Sure. Yeah. I think,
you know,
maybe
Ultraman, that guy gets big. It's great.
Yeah, it's true. He does. I think foolishly I still have some faith that the MCU is going to reel it in and be like the thing. The thing is, I guess, like, if I really look into how I feel about the MCU as a whole, I've never loved all of it. It's always been bits and pieces. It just feels like there were more bits I did love earlier on.
It's still like they have the potential to do the coolest, like, high budget, just wild shit on spectacle on screen. So I want them to do that. And if they fuck that up and, like, shit looks bad, then I'm mad, because you had one job.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know. I feel let down. And that's, like, the hard part. The anger is shielding from the real emotion, which is just sadness.
Yeah, because it's disappointing, because the other half of the show was very good.
There's parts of this show I really liked that if you had just focused on the small story of girl finds, even you know what? Let's not even go as far as what I want, where she finds out she's a mutant or whatever they do. Like, she finds a bangle still. She's still Nightlight or whatever the fuck they want to call her through this whole thing. If you focus on her learning, like, the value of family and, like, just her day-to-day life and learning how to, like, deal with her powers and all this sort of thing, I'm in. You have me. That's the stuff I liked here. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm not like, I don't want something crazy. I want that stuff. And then she punches a weird thing.
Like once at the end.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Totally. Yep.
Her fist gets big and she punches a thing. And it's solved. Good. And it
Yep.
was like a weird frog monster or fucking whatever. Could be fucking anything. But,
Yeah.
you know, just put a little creativity into it. Don't just give me a guy with a fucking CGI belt. God. I'll never get over that. It's the worst Marvel villain ever.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Yeah, yeah. I guess like final thoughts, final shout out. Zenobia Shroff is the mother, Mohan Kapoor as the father, and Yasmin Fletcher as Nakia. I thought in this whole series, every time they were on screen, I was having a good time. I thought they were fantastic. And of course, Iman Vellani herself, I think, is absolutely great. I really, really like those people specifically, and I like their performances. And I would love to see more of them in anything. Like, anything they're in, I'll check them out because I thought they were pretty good. Just to be more positive on stuff. I thought, like, there were people in this that I really enjoyed just when they were hanging out on screen or doing things.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing in this episode they did that I really liked was her, you know, telling her family about her superpowers, because that was a thing. The DC Blue Beetle series, like from a long time, like when they did the Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle, a big thing in that was like the first time I saw a teenage superhero like just telling his parents that he was a superhero, because like he trusted and loved his family and needed them to know about it. And it was just like, when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is just how teenage superheroes should be done now.
Yeah.
Like, they should just tell their parents, like, parents are part of their lives. They should just tell their parents.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
getting that was very good. In the comic, she doesn't she like goes to tell her mom, and her mom's like, I fucking know. Every time in the comic, every time Kamala goes to tell people, they're like, yeah, we fucking know, Kamala, you're fucking terrible at keeping a secret identity.
That's pretty great, though. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I was going to ask you, because you've been reading the comics and like are more familiar, just what things do you think they're going to do? I've been hearing the bangle might be like a nega band or something. Like, does that mean
it's like
to you?
It's like a Kree item that like it's like enhances your powers or your abilities, kind of.
Sure.
It's
so
not,
that's
it's
like
not
very
about,
obviously
like,
what it is then. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I do think we're probably going to get rubbery Kamala at some point. I just wish it was now. I hate this Green Lantern bullshit. I really do.
I found out. I liked the thing I found out it didn't come up till like the Shocker story. You know, like after 50 issues, they decided like to do a story about how her powers work.
Okay.
And she's like taking a mass and from herself from other times. Like her powers are time based in that way. It's just like, that's where the mass is coming from. So she doesn't like, because she doesn't like take in energy from around her or whatever. Like, she doesn't displace matter in the way you would think she would, how her powers work.
Gotcha.
She's grabbing that shit from other time periods in her life, or the future or the past.
That's kind of interesting that they wait so long to get into that stuff, but I guess it makes sense. 'Cause she probably doesn't know in the thing, right? Like, why?
No, she has no idea.
Yeah. That makes sense then.
It's just like, you know, she's been around long enough. We can do a story where, like, well, maybe let's figure this out. Like, literally, that's the thing, is Bruno's like, well, maybe we should figure out how this works. It's kind of weird. And we have no idea.
It is weird that they have no idea.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, I don't think I have anything else. Do you? Do you have anything else to add? Final thought?
No. No, I think that's it. Like,
would you recommend somebody watch this? The
I mean,
series?
do they like MCU shit? I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're in on MCU shit, you're gonna watch it. If you're not, then don't.
Sure.
I mean, like, this is like the biggest thing. Like, if you're in, you're in. And if you're not, it's like not worth. This isn't worth getting into.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless you're like desperate. If you're desperate for like to see
stuff to watch.
Pakistani stuff. Like, definitely watch it then.
Sure. Yeah. That's the best stuff in here.
Yeah.
Easily. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Maybe stop watching after episode
Like 3? 2?
3 or whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Whenever it was. Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree. If you're in, you're already in. So whatever we say doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, next time we talk about something here, I'm hoping the next thing we talk about in the MCU stuff will be Moon Knight. That series.
Sure.
Because that
had a big monster.
That Moon Knight might be one of the best things that the MCU has done in Phase 4, period. Like, but I'm also forgetting a lot of what's been happening. I've only been focusing on negative stuff, which is a thing I've been known to do, and why life is hard sometimes.
Yeah. Like, the big thing for me was, like, this is the series that's, like, it's like the kick in the pants to just catch up on a shit ton of Marvel comics that I have not been reading. Like, they put out, I saw there's this comics that aren't out yet. There's promo art covers out for, like, it's like a 4-issue miniseries that it's like a crossover. Every issue is like Miss Marvel and one of these other characters is like the title of it. So it's Miss Marvel and Moon Knight and Wolverine and Venom.
That's great.
I'm just like, fucking yes.
Yeah, that's great.
This is for me. This is my hole.
Yeah, I might have to crawl down that hole. Yep. That sounds great. Okay, well, until next time, thanks for listening, and we'll see you then. Peace.